I think it is very important for any consultant who is looking for USAID work to, as much as you're following the job ads and the organizations themselves and doing the research, do even more research about our client, which would be USAID. Know what they put an emphasis on in all of their programs and what their budgets are for certain countries or programs, and where, for example, Rajiv Shah sees his vision for USAID. Specifically now, USAID is beginning more and more with its Forward initiative, with local procurement, putting an emphasis on measuring results. And so if you have experience which this is cross-cutting, if you have experience in anything where you've done any sort of monitoring and evaluation or preparing project management plans, where you've done a technical assignment and you have achieved measurable results, that is amazing experience to see in any CV. Another cross-cutting theme, obviously, that's getting more attention now is gender. I think for anybody who has some gender experience, that's valuable to us, and not obviously just superficial experience, but really where you've been able to measure work with minorities or youth or women. That's and an understanding of that's going to be valuable anywhere for USAID assignment. As far as the technical subjects where USAID is going, that changes every once in a while. We've seen a lot more funding in environment programs as far as a lot of climate change. In where I recruit is economic growth. We are now looking for more and more what USAID is now calling food security. That is any sort of agribusiness, agriculture value chain type work. That's going to be very valuable, I think, in the next 5 to 10 years. But I think the underlying answer to this question is definitely make sure that you know where those areas are. You know the keywords of the year. Competitiveness isn't that much different than business enabling an environment or SME development, or it used to be called cluster development. So I would say learn what those keywords are by looking at the job descriptions, researching what USAID is doing, and frame your experience or your interests similarly.
Hi there. Daniel, I think you've really covered quite a lot of what we are looking for on the European side. Very much so, just to echo what you said, monitoring and evaluation is definitely key and very cross-country. There isn't a single program that I've been working on since I've been at DAI where every program has certainly carried a very heavy weighting on monitoring and evaluation and being able to show results. Gender is massive. It's very much part of the Millennium Development Goals of DFID to try and really create more equality. Just on that, specifically where DFID are coming from, majority of the programs are very much Africa and Asia based. So anybody with experience in Africa and Asia, specifically in countries of post-conflict and fragile states. So if you have managed to work in countries, let's just say, such as Afghanistan, Pakistan, I think is really important. Also, grants management. A lot of our programs have a big element and component of grants management. Somebody who's actually able to implement, to design, implement, and manage a grants management fund. So fund management is very, very important. And then on to that as well, sort of the initial question that I got on how can you transfer from government if you've just been working for government in a country and step into the international environment. We're always looking for policy advisors and legal experts. Also, I would say what's cross-cutting as well, DFID are really open to having people if you've worked on USAID programs, to get onto a DFID program, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have had DFID experience. DFID are very happy to review and to have candidates on their program who've worked with other donors. So from our point of view, it's the more donor exposure that you can have in your career, the better really.